Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. 7 months ago, I picked up the first card off of my 100 cards for $10,000 list. And today, I'm showing off the 40th pickup off of that list. So I've made great progress over these last 7 months, getting to 40% of the total. Now, to be fair, most of the 40 cards that I've picked up so far are, for the most part, the least expensive cards off of that list, and I've even saved some money by dropping down a grade or sometimes two from what I had on my list. So the remaining 60 cards, as I start working my way toward picking up all 100, I anticipate the pace of pickups to slow down a little bit, especially for those higher, those more expensive cards at the very end. I may not be able to really drop down a grade to save some money, so I could be looking at $100, $150, maybe for a couple cards, maybe closer to $200 to finish out the 100 card project. Now, with the 40th card, I didn't necessarily plan on having it to be a special card off of this list, but there was an auction for a particular card, and I would venture to say that it, other than maybe his rookie card, is probably the nicest eye appeal looking card of this player. The color match, I don't want to give too much away, but the color match on this card with the card's design and the player's uniform is just stunning. It's a beautiful card. Unfortunately, there was an auction that I tried to go after this card. I just didn't bid high enough. There was another copy that had a buy it now price, I think with the best offer for even higher amount, same grade. And that one, someone put an offer in and sold, I'm sure even went for higher than what the auction sold for. So for now, I've had to, wait until a better time for me to pick up that card. But the 40th card is another card of that same player, and I would venture to say it's probably the third most eye-appealing card of this player. So really excited to have this card now as part of my collection. Now, what I normally do in these pickup videos is I either show other cards that I have in my collection from that same set of the card I picked up, or other cards of that player that I just picked up. Well, for this particular player and the set that it's from, I've shown some cards fairly recently from that set and of this player. So what I thought I'd do is I just rummaged through my boxes, picked out some 50s, 60s cards that I just haven't shown off in quite some time on any of my videos that I really like. And so I'm going to show them off. And again, in addition to showing off the 40th card that I picked up off of my 100 cards for $10,000 list. So with all that, yeah, let's go check out some cards. All right, in case you didn't guess the card that I was hoping to add to my collection that I lost out on, I was talking about the 1971 Topps Roberto Clemente. That black border with the yellow pirates, his uniform, it's just an absolutely gorgeous card of Roberto Clemente. But what I think is arguably his third nicest looking card, and the 40th card that I've picked up off of my list, is his 72 Topps card. Just love the fact how he's like, the ball's in the air, he's just tossing it. The general design of the 72 Topps set, and maybe not a perfect color match or not as good as nice as the 1971 Topps card. Really happy to add this 1972 Roberto Clemente to my collection. I don't have many Roberto Clemente cards. There are some more that I will be picking up as I get closer to all 100 cards on this list. There are a few more Roberto Clementes, so My goal is to add more, have more in my collection, but just check out this card here. I've hidden the grade because I just want to show off and enjoy the card itself. Really nice. I think it has really good centering, maybe not perfect, really nice centering. I don't see any creases on it. Registration's nice. Don't see any little fish eyes that sometimes you get either along these colored borders or up near the team name. So nice and clean. Only thing wrong with it are the corners that have a little, dings to them and stuff. Now, after you've seen what this card looks like, hopefully you can see the little issues with the corners, but corners don't matter much to me. What do you think this graded at? Well, you probably guessed it, because when it comes to Roberto Clemente and 72 Topps cards, it's PSA 4. Very happy with this. Obviously, PSA 4 fit nicely in my budget. When you start getting to 5s, 6s, 7s, all that stuff, you're talking a lot more money for a Roberto Clemente card. Extremely popular player in the hobby. So this was a sort of a budget purchase, but I think I got a great example for the technical grade. All right, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to get to the numbers as I always do in a little bit. But again, I thought I'd show off some other cards in my collection. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on them, just sort of show them off. Ones that you haven't seen on my videos in quite some time. First one here, a 1950 Bowman Bob Feller. Man, I love those 50 Bowman cards. Love the fans in the stands there in the background, the dugout, his start of his pitching motion there. Just a work of art. Another Bob Feller, my 52 Topps Bob Feller. Low grade, but love the centering. It's mainly corner issues. Everything else is pretty clean about the card, so really like that example there. Next one is my Harmon Killebrew rookie card. Again, another lowish grade card, but fit into my budget, and overall has a really nice eye appeal. Really happy with that one. Next, it's a beautiful 1958 Topps Whitey Ford. Just check out that background. Again, 58s, they don't have a lot of action shots. There are a lot of portraits, but man, that's a beautiful looking card. Next is another Whitey Ford, his 61. Again, simple, basic image there. I like the simplicity of the 61 Topps set. It's basic, but it focuses on the player. So nothing fancy, flashy with the design. Just a great example there. And another 61. Picked this one up a few nationals ago. When I saw the centering on it, the price, because it's only a 3.5. Again, it's corner issues. That the card itself is sharp. So hey, a Hall of Fame rookie card, and I'm pretty sure I paid under $100 for it. Yeah, sign me up. Another one here, 64 Topps Lou Brock. I want to say this was a card that I won in one of Mike Baseball Collector's giveaways. He doesn't do too many giveaways, but I think one of the ones that he did, I forget what the reason was. I think this was it was a 3-card lot that I was the lucky winner of, and I think this was one of the cards. Then 68 Topps Willie Stargell. Nice looking example there. Another Willie Stargell was his 69, and I'm pretty sure I picked this one up at the Pittsburgh card show. It probably at least 2 years ago, I think. I went to the Pittsburgh show. And I actually have a couple here from the 70s. Again, just rummaging through some boxes. 1973 Topps Steve Carlton. Yeah, it's not really an action shot per se of him pitching, but it's, it's an interaction there on the mound. A nice example there of that Steve Carlton. And finally, a 74 Topps Brooks Robinson. All right, so there you go. Just again, a little rummage through some of my vintage cards. All right, back to the 72 Topps Roberto Clemente. All right, I had this one on my list in a PSA 6, and I thought it would cost me, I think if I go back, I'd have to get a really good deal on a PSA 6, and I would have hoped, if I got a good deal, to have to spend $100. So I had it in a PSA 6 for $100. Well, for this PSA 4, I spent all in with tax and shipping $60. So I'm to the good $40. So $40 I can go toward another card on my list, or $40 I wouldn't have to, put into this Roberto Clemente card. As PSA 4 copies go, on the low end, which, whenever you see the low end on the scale, most likely they are cards that are off center, don't have as nice eye appeal. On the low end, PSA 4s have been selling for as low as $28. On average, $44, and on the high end, $61. So this one definitely falls toward the higher end of comps, but again, it was $60 all in, where that high sale on 61 was before shipping and tax. So very happy with the price point I paid for this PSA 4, and of course I saved $40 from at least $40. I'm not even sure if I would have been able to find a PSA 6 for $100. I'm sure it would have cost me more than that. But yeah, again, very happy with this particular pickup. So now that I have 40 cards off of my list, based on the grade and estimated cost for that grade on my list, I thought I would have to spend for those 40 cards $3,690. Well, to date, I've only spent $1,875, so I am $1,815 to the good. Now, the next card I'm going to be showing off of this list is going to chip away at some of that savings. Let's just say I had to pay well above what I thought I would have to pay, but once you see the card, I think you will agree with me that it was well worth the extra price. But I'm going to hold that off until the next video of this series here. So, would love to know in the comments, what do you think about this pickup here of the 72 Topps Roberto Clemente, and any other general thoughts you have of some of the other random cards that I showed off in my vintage collection. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.